What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Anton Daniels is doing an excellent job on YouTube getting noticed, and a lot of this notice has become with some of the reaction style videos that he does. He puts out a lot of content, and a lot of his, let me say, support or even chagrin towards his content comes from some of his political views. You could consider Anton Daniels to be a part of, let me say, the black conservative community, if you will. He's been on Fox several times, and he said some things like, the African Americans don't deserve reparations. But then also some of his content relies upon, just kind of like real talk situations. And this part of him talking about dating single mothers, the clip went so viral that Tasha K decided to share the clip. And I think that it is important for us to talk about it right now.
A woman that is a baby mother that is not widowed is not for you, bro. I know that this is going to be one of the most controversial things that I say tonight, but I'm just going to tell you. If she had a kid out of wedlock, I would never advise a guy to do something that I wouldn't do. Okay? And before you even consider getting in a relationship, now this is much different than a guy that just chooses to have sex with her. I don't dick police. I do say exercise a level of dick discipline, because you never want to fumble the bag as a result of dealing with a woman at all. Women have largely been the bane of a lot of men's existence, and it is the downfall of some of the biggest kingdoms. You work your whole life, you build it up, and then you fumble it over a woman. All right. So, never deal, or I would never advocate for a man to marry a woman. To marry a woman that is a single mother. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not an advocate for it. I think it is one of the dumbest moves that a guy can pull, right? I don't care what Umar Johnson tells you. I don't care what Boyce Watkins' corny ass told you. I don't care what Steve Harvey is telling you. I don't care if Shannon Sharp is out here paying for divorces. Never, ever marry a woman or look to get in a relationship with a woman that is a single mother, especially if she's not widowed.
Now, once this clip came about, a lot of folk were mad in the comments. I'm not even going to go about looking at the comment section and reacting to comments, because you guys can pretty much imagine what he was saying. But I will focus on what Dr. Boyce Watkins said, because Dr. Boyce Watkins and Anton Daniels have a history of not getting along, so are not agreeing. And I will say this. So Dr. Boyce Watkins says this: I don't have an issue with Anton. I like the guy. Well, this is Dr. Boyce lying, because he likes everybody, allegedly. But the big problem is the internet is full of people with outrageous and destructive opinions that are incredibly harmful to the black community. Just like Kevin Samuels, the man who died alone, there are many who seek to blame women for all of the problems in the community instead of working to bring us together to solve those issues. Also, telling other men to do exactly what you would do is not healthy advice. All black children deserve love, even if their parents made a mistake. Shout out to all the fathers who step up for the men who don't uphold their responsibility. I am honestly one of them, and my wife's children have been one of the greatest blessings I've ever experienced. One of them helped me make $1 million in my business last year. Now, let me just say this. I am now 44 years old. And, as I get older, I get less and less tired of dating people, 20 something years younger than me. I'm living in Africa. And that's, also the case that you're encountering chicks that are much younger. Okay. But if you are somebody in Black America, you're dating somebody 29, somebody 30, it is a good possibility that a lot of these women have kids. I mean, I see it all the time here on the continent. I was at a really nice restaurant not so long ago, and there was a young lady that was performing. Okay. And I used to see her singing and things like that, but I didn't pay any attention. And then I just happened to see her, and I mean, the booty was swole, like like busted ankle swollen on both sides. And so I saw her, I was like, yo, what's up? Like, I think I've seen you here before. She's like, yeah, I sing every such day or whatever. I was like, okay, well, can I get you something? So she wanted a milkshake. And that's what I told my friend the story, calls her the milkshake girl. Anyways, the cheeks was on point. So I'm talking to her. I get her phone number. She shares me her TikTok. And then I see a little boy on the TikTok. So I'm like, oh, okay. Who's the little boy? Oh, that is my son. That is my precious jewel. This is my son. I love him very, very much. I'm like, oh my God. And the only thing that I could think about immediately was to like move her down in the process of who I would really consider seriously dating. And it wasn't on purpose. She's a nice lady, right? Let me tell you why. Okay. I'm going to tell you why. And this is not to be mean towards women that have kids or whatever. But if you are a man and you have some level of opportunity, and we got to be honest in today's world, successful men, if they are making 80,000 or up, or have the opportunity to make more money, an opportunity to do greater things, and you are a woman that happens to have kids, and you are somebody like Anton Daniels, you have his income level or close to it, or you have an opportunity to do more, to live a better lifestyle. If you're open to dating women of other nationalities, even if you're not, or if you live in a city like Atlanta, well, what do you think can happen? Like, let me just say this. When I was growing up in the Black community in the 1990s in Del Paso Heights in Sacramento, it wasn't even custom to go to Oakland at that time. For a lot of people, right? I mean, that wasn't even something that was happening. It wasn't even common for dudes to really go out of state. Like, going out of state was a big deal. Getting on the bus and the Greyhound and going to see your grandma in Louisiana was a big deal. What is also was a big deal was even going to the other side of the city. So if you in Sacramento in the 80s and the 90s and most places in Black America, it's okay for you to date somebody that has kids if you don't have kids, because they're in your local church network. They're in your local community. And this is who you know, and you love them, and you're okay with that. But then the internet came out. And so now the internet came out, and then business is so open now. Opportunities are so open now. Like, I'm talking to you guys, I'm literally in another country, on another continent. I can make American money, and I can go at the same time and cut this computer off, and I can meet somebody locally in a city, and then I can work with the brand and plan a big event and make money, simply because that is where the world is right now. We are there in the world right now. And so now you're telling me, like, your position towards me is that, I'm somehow hating on somebody that is a single mom and I don't want to date them. I think that if my opportunities give me something that's different, I'm more inclined to take that opportunity. And then the woman who's a single mom, she may not feel like she needs to do more. And let me just say this another thing too. And I want to take it a little bit different from what he said, because what he said, he already said it. There are a lot of women out there I see on Instagram or just on TikTok, regular women. And, when you have a single mom or a woman that has kids, I think that women typically do not really care about what men are concerned with or what turns men off. That they don't care about that. That's not what they care about. All right. So you hear women talking about, hey, girl, don't worry about that. Somebody will love you just as you are. Somebody will just, whatever, as you are, to take care of you just as you are. You don't need to change. You okay just as you are. So then you're a person that has like let's say one or eight, let's say multiple children or multiple men. And now you believe that because you are, your situation is whatever it is, then that makes it somehow okay. And then you don't need to compete for a guy. It don't matter. Like, hey, he needs to come and prove himself to you. And I always see that. I see that attitude where the man needs to impress you and he needs to do everything for you. And it is okay to impress people. Like, we're going to be impressing people for the rest of our natural born life if we want to be successful. It's something that I've had to understand, even with you guys. Like, if I make trash videos for so long, I'm going to be out of the business. I got to impress you. Right? I got to impress my audience. I got to impress people that I want to work with. I want to establish partnerships and incentivize people for work for me. So I need to impress people. It's my job. If I want a wife, I need to impress my wife. If I want a girlfriend or something like that, somebody that's valuable, I need to impress that individual. But now when we deal with it from this vantage point, women that have kids, may look at somebody that doesn't have kids or a man that's successful and be like, what is he gonna do for me? And the reality is that you're not looking at that guy doesn't need, that guy can forget about you if he is who you really want. Like, the guy is not there waiting on you. Like, for an example, when I moved to Kampala, Uganda, it didn't matter that I came with, some YouTube clout and some people, whatever, and add a little bit of money and everything. When I wanted to start the Pan-African dating show, I had to go out there and improve why we needed to be a good show. I had to get out there and work. I had to go out there and work in the sector because nobody asked me to show up there. I had to go out there and compete for what I wanted. And if you have an attitude like that and you want to work and you want to be around men that are successful, you have to go out and get it. And if you're not going to go out and get it, you're just not going to be successful. It is what it is. And you can look at it from however you want to look at it, and that'll be okay. But that is going to be your responsibility or your irresponsibility. And if that's going to be your irresponsibility, then that's going to be on you. And nobody's going to be there to hold your hand. Nobody will care about it. Nobody should care about it. And Anton Daniels is going to be correct, because the men that he's talking about, if they keep developing themselves, they're going to have more opportunities, and then they don't have to deal with the opportunity of baby mama drama. They're not going to have to deal with the opportunity of you can't touch my kids. Who you talk? Like, no man that is successful wants to deal with that. It's almost like hearing, you've been dealing with a chick for a while and she's been promising you the cheeks, and then it's time to that night, and we're going to see what happens. And you're like, what? Like, these are things that turn men off. Men don't want to deal with that. If they don't have to deal with it, then you're going to be gone. You will be gone right away. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Just for all that you do, subscribe to the bell. We're out.